Here are 4 secrets to hiring top talent on any budget. My name is Kasim. I've built 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses. I've had 2 exits, 1 for 8 figures. I've generated a $10,000,000 net worth. And the entirety of my wealth comes from the fact that I'm really good at talent acquisition. I haven't earned any of this myself. Instead, I found really, really smart people, and I've just gotten out of their way for them to build my businesses for me. And I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do that in this video. Here's the problem. You can't catch big fish with a small hook. So if you're in the United States, for example, where I happen to be, the top tier employers are Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's where most top talent wants to go work, or they want to work for themselves. So they're either working for a massive business with great benefits, or a startup that's offering stock options, or a nice cushy job that has high-rise conference rooms and $12 croissants, or they work for themselves because we've made being an entrepreneur in this country so easy. God bless it. What does that mean? You get who's left over. Now, I'm not saying those are bad people. I'm sure they're beautiful, functional, wonderful souls, but they don't make great employees. I know because I'm related to some of them. These are people that just have not prioritized work, right? So all the corporations or entrepreneurship is swallowing up all the top talent, and you are sitting there trying to hire what's left over. And here's the problem. Even if you can match the salaries that these people can make elsewhere, you're never going to be able to match the pedigree, the LinkedIn fodder, the benefits. I think from an entrepreneurial perspective, I'm not allowed to buy good health insurance until I have 100 employees all in the same state. So I don't have access to the talent pool that would be necessary for me to really achieve top talent until I go international. I go to Argentina, Colombia, India, North Africa, South Asia, Eastern Europe. The minute I go international, even Canada. The interesting thing about Canada is I pay $60,000. That's almost $100,000 in Canadian. USD to Canadian right now, the arbitrage is phenomenal. So when you go international, you suddenly become the belle of the ball. And for many emerging nations, like, if you're in Colombia, working for a U.S. company is like a U.S. employee working for a Fortune 500. So make sure you're fishing in the right pond. And here's the thing that I think is absolute hubris. American organizations look at international labor as though it's only capable of what we term as BPO. BPO means business process outsourcing. There's BPO and there's KPO, knowledge process outsourcing. So business process outsourcing is grunt work, right? It's like data entry and low-level web work and who knows what. And knowledge process outsourcing is the smart work. And only the United States produces people that are capable of smart, intelligent work, right? Wrong, obviously. The whole rest of the world produces an equal proportion of wildly intelligent, wildly effective people. And yet, most of the rest of the world doesn't have access to the opportunities that we have access to. And that's even true in parts of Europe. I've seen amazing talent coming out of Italy and Portugal. Put yourself in a position to capitalize on epic talent by opening up the window of people that you're allowing to come in and work for you. Most work can be done on a remote basis. So open yourself up to the global talent pool. Secret number 2 is you have to gamify your talent acquisition. People treat job applications as though it's like a prison sentence. Go online right now and read some of the job postings. It's like, you must comply with all corporate rules and regulations, and should you not be, you will be flogged and we'll place hot pokers in your toenails or whatever. And that's actually not far off from what some of these folks say. It's unbelievable. Your talent acquisition is a sales funnel. You are selling something. Peak performers don't need you, you need them. So put your best foot forward. Let them know why this is meaningful work, that you're not going to screenshot desktops or use weird little mouse flow trackers, that you're going to put them in a position to actually excel and ascend. Show them some of the opportunities that are available and accessible, and that there's no ceiling on this dead-end job, right? Like, actually put people in a position to where they're going to win, because winners want to win. Pay them more, give them meaningful work, allow them to contribute, allow them autonomy, allow them authorship, allow them ownership, and show them. Your hiring process is a sales funnel. Stop treating it like it's something else. And the sales funnel, incidentally, we're all really good marketers. It's narrows. You put a ton of people at the very top, and then it tapers down as it goes down. And that taper that's the gamification process. So you need traffic. And the only way to get traffic is to attract attention. The only way to attract attention is to have an offer worth paying attention to. So gamify your hiring process. It's critical. As a matter of fact, I wrote an entire book on this. It's called Hire. You can have it for free. I'm publishing it soon, and when it's published, it'll be released on my YouTube channel. Stay tuned. Secret number 3, pay like you mean it. Peak performers require peak pay. And here's the thing is if you pay 10, 20, 30, 40% more, you get people that do 3, 5, 10, 100 times what the average employee does. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. That's a statistical truism in every organic ecosystem. It's why the Pareto principle exists. It's what the Pareto principle is. When I sold my 8-figure agency, I had one employee that was managing 40% of the revenue. That's insane. And most businesses look at that and say, that's a key man insurance risk. We're not going to allow that. And what do? They flatten the pyramid. What happens when you flatten a pyramid? You lose the top of the pyramid. You lose the people you lose the few that are doing the most. That's what's it's unbelievable to me that's their solution. Harvard Business School, Goldman Sachs douchebags come in and are like, oh, I see existential crises on an Excel file. Let's fix this. So what are we going to do? We're going to diversify our risk. What does that mean? That means forcing average. That means that you actually want average humans. And if you don't have average humans, you go in and you fix the problem. Well, your problem is your Pareto distribution. It's the 20% that yield 80%. Or you can choose to find those people, to pursue those people. But if you want to find those people, you have to pay them like you mean it. And pay doesn't just mean money, by the way. Pay means not being stingy with PTO, letting them do meaningful work, allowing them to work on a semi-flexible schedule, allowing them to work from home if that's what they want. Give them the benefits that a peak performer would want. Would you want to work for you? Go look at your comp package. Can you live off of what you're offering? Can you? Would you be willing to take a job that allows the amount of PTO that you allow? I don't even track PTO. I tell employees, I'm like, hey, take the time off that you need to take off, and if it becomes a problem, we'll talk about it. It's been a problem 2 times. The 2 times it was a problem, it was a big problem. They just weren't right for my organization. We got rid of them. So be the type of place that you would want to work. Secret number 4, how to retain top talent. And the truth is, you don't. Top talent does not want to be retained any more than you or I want to be in prison. These people owe you nothing. They owe you nothing. You pay them, they do a job. It's a great trade. Because chances are you pay them pretty well and they do an amazing job if you have Pareto talent. If this is the type of person that you want to retain, that means that this exchange is in your favor. It means that they're doing more than you're paying them for, or you wouldn't want the exchange. And when you try to retain them, you're putting shackles on them. This is a human being that wants to grow, wants to ascend, wants to expand, wants to be successful. Maybe they want to start their own business. And so many entrepreneurs and business owners out there don't want that. Why? Because they have a scarcity mentality. Well, you know what? That's slavery. You trying to force people to stay with you is I think, maybe the literal definition of slavery. As a matter of fact, go the other way. Show people this is what happens when you work with me. This is the ascension path. This is the opportunity available. Help them. And what's really interesting is sometimes they outrun you and they help you. That's the way to build a relationship. That's the way to build a business. That's the way to retain top talent. You attract top talent because they can see, wow, when I go work for this person, it's going to help my career trajectory. Otherwise, you just don't get them, or you force them in a position where they have to grow, in the darkness or do a midnight move out. You're not incentivizing yourself. Top talent can't be retained. They want growth, they want opportunity, and when they no longer have that with you, they're going to move on. But what are you going to do? Not take advantage of them while you can? That's what's really interesting. People would prefer mediocrity that's predictable than top talent that they have to contend with. So many entrepreneurs, they hire manageable employees. Well, the problem with manageable employees is they have to be managed. And then you're one of those people that's like, oh, it's so hard to find good help these days. And if you want something done, do it yourself. Yeah, because you surround yourself with a bunch of yes men that you want to be able to control and retain. That's what happens. If you want people that work and that help and that go further and faster than you have to contend with people that go further and faster than you. And on a long enough timeline, you're going to get outrun. And it just is what it is. But if you're integrous and if you're open, then you'll find that those people there's reciprocity built into that. And they're not going to leave you hanging. That's all I ever ask my employees is, hey, before you leave, do me first. I'm going to help you. If you want a referral, if you want guidance, I will go to my social channel and say, here's somebody who's really looking for a new opportunity, and please just help me find and train your replacement. That's all I'm asking. And I've been disappointed 2 times in my entire life, in 20 years. There have been 2 people that, for whatever reason, chose not to take that path. And there have been innumerable people who have matched my give and I think exceeded it. Those are the 4 secrets of talent. On any budget, you can go to Latin America and you can pay a fraction of what you'd have to pay a U.S. employee for somebody that's a literal PhD. I have a personal CFO who manages all the businesses that I run and my personal finances, and he's one of the smartest financial minds I've ever had access to. And he's thrilled to have the job because I pay him more than he'd make domestically. And I would never be able to afford a CFO if I didn't go offshore. So try it. Try me. Go to ParetoTalent.com if you want somebody that we've trained. It takes 1,000 applicants to produce 1 EA. 1,000 applicants to produce one EA. My people are the best of the best of the best. So if you want the easy button, go hire them. They're more expensive than if you do it yourself, but you don't have to do all the work. If this video is helpful, share it. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.